It's twilight here in Ecruteak City. Just laying here with my fish. Chosen seems to want to play with Sherb. We'll get a move on soon. And just gazing up at the sunset, looking at this silver feather that we were given for our troubles. There's nothing we can do with it now. Welcome back to more Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, everyone. Last time, we saved Goldenrod City. We did our EV training, we made our team a heck of a lot stronger. This team is shining. Some more than others. Now, we're off to Mahogany Town. I wanted to showcase that in addition to EV training everybody, I gave them new held items. We want the amulet coin on somebody or another to make things cheaper for us in the long run. I gave the shell bell to Nettle. I gave the King's Rock back to Teeny. I'm thinking of maybe switching it to the Silk Scarf just so that it gets extra boosts on those normal type moves that it relies on so much. I went with Choice Scarf on Hopkins because it's our lowest level Pokemon and thus struggling to outspeed a lot of things lately. And then I put the Muscle Band on Agate as we don't have a soft sand to give it for Earthquake yet. So next up, it's time to go to the dreaded gift shop. And it's run by a grandma! She sells stuff that no one else has. You wanna buy stuff, right? So buy stuff at my grandma's. The shop has a new proprietor who's kept the Team Rocket headquarters open, but you bothered by that noise? That's me. My false teeth don't fit right. The cat makes the noise. Enough about that. Why don't you buy something? Buy something, will ya? She'll sell you Great Balls, she'll sell you Super Potions, Hyper Potions, Antidotes, Paralyze Heals, Super Repels, Revives, and some Airmail. I don't know, man. Shipping things by air was really costly. Did anybody else not know that people still ship things by boats until like the blockage in the Suez happened like a few years ago? I just kind of thought airplanes were better and, you know, we probably didn't ship things by boat anymore because it was so slow by comparison to airplanes. I don't know, man. I'm not exactly well-versed in manufacturing. I'm gonna win for sure. Yeah, I thought like shipping things by boat was like a 50 years ago thing. All right, Psychic Phil, you have a Natu. I take great pity on you. I've chosen to give Chosen the item that I did as she makes a pretty mean lead. She needs to level up a bit more. She has type coverage options for basically anything that we're gonna come across. I thought that she made a lot of sense to just kind of lead with for a little while. Oh, you have a Kadabra, huh? Well, I don't have an option against that, I guess. Oh, come on. All right, now you're gonna get it. I am gonna go... Well, no, I think I'll probably just stay out. You are a Kadabra, you're not an Alakazam. Oh, you're going for Reflect. Good thing I didn't switch out to Teeny. That's who I was going to go for. Didn't do so, however. Down it goes. And we don't quite get the level that I wanted. Ah, that's a shocking loss. Ah, because I shocked you. I love meeting a fellow punster. We finally have access to this godforsaken route to the east of Mahogany Town, all because some old fart was like, you're not cultured enough. You know, you're a youngster. You can't be running everywhere. You gotta go sightseeing once in a while. What a stupid roadblock. Oh, but it has the cool music. I can forget about my troubles if that's the case. I fish until I can't anymore. I also battle until I drop. That's my relationship with my Pokemon. We got a few new encounters on this route that have been sectioned off from us for much too long. Let's get into those. On Route 44, Tangela is how they pronounced it in Pokemon Stadium. It's official, don't sue me. It's got undeniably good stats, and if it's on a Sun team, it's got good speed too. Access to Sleep Powder makes it doubly good in that environment. Its greatest asset would be the rare Stab Power Whip, but that's in the high 50s, so it's kinda off the table. It's sadly pretty lacking in the moves department without significant TM investment. I'm talking like using your only Earthquake TM to make this work. It's not useless, but is just kinda there unless you're willing to invest hard in it. Remoraid. This is a Pokemon that isn't bad by any stretch, but it just comes in so much later than all of its competition. It's slow, like barely faster than the frickin' Slug, and it doesn't have any way around it. It can soak up an attack or two just fine, and its type is good at that. Then when it gets to move, it's a potent mixed attacker. It would do well with Surf or Waterfall. We could buy Ice Beam at the game corner, and most surprisingly, it's compatible with Fire Blast. I'd say it's a unique Pokemon that does well if the time is right, but it can struggle where other water types would still do fine. It might not be a Remoraid. We got a Lantern here that can, ooh, I got an Ice Beam. I don't know that I've actually used Ice Beam much so far. I think maybe in its debut battles we did. But we'll just go ahead and freeze you down into a crispy, leafy, thingy. You survived that attack. That's not a good sign. Lantern might have amazing type coverage, but it's definitely lacking in the power department. It might struggle to beat things that it's not quite effective against, so you do kind of have to pick your battles. You do have to set up in some cases. No, this won't do it all. I wish it learned Tail Glow or Nasty Plot. Maybe that would have just been too good, being able to set up against other water types. Just walk all the way over here. I can tell you're a good trainer by looking at you. I'm good at Pokemon, and I can see that you are too. He knows what he knows what a good trainer looks like. There's a lot of beta content that we could touch. Charmeleon! Mortortle. Mewtwo, Tentacle, Aerodactyl. You know the rest. There's a lot of beta stuff that we could touch on here. So, if you're like me, you wondered, how the heck does Remoraid, this little fish, evolve into like this orange octopus? It baffled me for the longest time. It's because originally, Remoraid was a gun, and Octillery was a cannon. I can see how this got cut from the final product. But it's pretty funny, look. Tangela is an interesting Pokemon. It was going to be the very first Pokemon to have a baby and an evolution introduced in the same generation, something that wouldn't happen until Budew and Roserade in Diamond and Pearl. It would have had this little baby Cyclops, and we see that, Mom! Tangrowth was planned this far back. That's really what I wanted to say. Additionally on this route, you can find Weepinbell. And Weepinbell would have had a split evolution that would have been obtained using the Cut Poison Stone item that you would have used to get Umbreon, like I talked about a while ago. I'm glad that this item got cut so we don't have to look at this thing any longer than we do. I guess I kind of dig the leaf as a scarf design in the second sprite there. If you can believe it, its revised design is even worse. Eventually, it was replaced with Lantern, but for one iteration of the game's builds, you had Lantern's color palette with this sprite. It looks like it has a disease. It's like the plant that you uproot and throw away so it doesn't infect the rest of your yard. Sorry, Lantern, it's one of your ancestors. Ooh, your Pokemon are so appealing, you can't escape your bloodline. We'll grab an Ultra Ball right there. Funny, that looked like a Pokeball to me. You ack! You made me lose a Poliwag! What are you gonna do about it? I just love these fishermen who take everything so seriously. They're so cute. Oh, Fisherman Wilton! You were the fisherman that I was worried we were fighting the first time when we were doing the bios, and I'd have to interrupt myself and talk about that, but no, we're going to just zap you into next week, because you're a pretty worthwhile trainer to battle while you're out on this route. I've noticed that I keep flip-flopping between route and route over and over again, and it's probably bothering at least one of you, but I'm probably not gonna stop. I tend to flip my pronunciations around whenever I have to say the same word over and over again, just because it makes me feel like I'm not repeating myself too much. It's one of those little curses, I'm afraid. Just forget about it. I beat you into accepting your fate. Well, that was a very interesting battle now, wasn't it? Well, I'm fishing here. I sometimes catch items people have dropped. If I find anything, I'll give it to you. He'll randomly call you and give you random types of Pokeballs, including some pretty rare ones. I don't know the full list off the top of my head, so you'll see a table of that on screen. Editing is magical and makes me not have to read off of a script for everything. I don't actually script that much of my stuff. I guess some of the bios, yeah, but a lot of it's not. I mean, I'm ad-libbing this right now. I wanted to go to the grass in the center, as this is where you're gonna be finding the Pokemon on this route. Didn't say route. It's a bit out of the way, a little bit, it's definitely a patch of grass that I didn't find on my first playthrough. I wasn't really the type to carry around HM moves unless I had to. I think I surfed around in a Furret on my first playthrough. Max Revive! Whoa, all right. Anything hidden around here? Nope, doesn't look like it. There's a few Pokemon that I'd like to catch here on this... Well, now I'm self-conscious about saying it. You gonna let me? Thank you. Hopkins grows to level 36. Oh, you really liked avoiding me. Tangela is not a Pokemon that we're catching for our team. We do have a pretty solid grass type after all. but it's a Pokemon that I'd like to catch for a little thing a little bit later. Now you're gonna get it. Well, crap, if I can't switch out because you've bited me. If I hit you with any of these moves, you're dead meat. So I have no choice but to just chuck balls at you and hope that one of them works when the Quick Ball did not. We'll go Ultra Ball. That's, I like using specialty Pokeballs for important Pokemon, so this one's dispensable. Level Ball? No, I'm not double your level. No, I'm not. Dang. It's not dark enough for the Dusk Ball. I got more Friend Balls than I know what to do with here. Just bust these if you feel like it. It's not gonna hurt me at all. Good, good. I knew that you would do that. I'm gonna hope this critical hit doesn't go off, and if it does, it's not that bad because you're fairly defensive. I thought about using Tangela on my team quite a few times over the course of this channel, and it's something that I would still like to do one day. I like Tangrowth quite a bit, and I was really happy that they gave a Gen 1 Pokemon that was never really that spectacular a buff like that. I'm also a big fan of using Ancient Power in single Nettle! I know that you're a tough fighter. The exact same thing happened a second time. Goody. 1. Ugh. Oh my god! Can you at least crit on the first hit so this doesn't happen? Are you trolling me? 0. Yeah, I'm having more trouble on a pile of vines than I was on Entei, yada yada yada. What even is Tangela's? 45 is its catchphrase. This should not be this hard. I've quick-balled worse, many times. Thank the Lord Arceus from above. Give me your life so I can keep it in a box. Who wouldn't be swayed by that sales pitch? Get in the friend ball, man. Be my friend. Come on, be a pal, be a rebel. 1, 2, 3. No! 1. Oh my god. 1. I'm gonna lose to a Tangela. Or at least Nettle is. I'm not losing. Screw it, Ultra Ball! One, 2. 1. Bro, who do you think you are? Do you think you're the creator of time or something like that? Well, I got news for you. I caught the creator of time and it wasn't this hard. Do you really think you're better than that? Yes, you do. There's something else I want to catch here that I was much more worried about than the Tangela. I'm just saying, this was supposed to be the easy thing we were catching today. 1. Oh my god. God, at this rate, should I go for the timer ball? I'm starting to wonder, because we've been here for at least like 15 turns or so. It's probably got a pretty high multiplier by now. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, and good night. Probably nighttime by now anyway. It's been twilight for a while. Tangela's data was added to the Pokedex. This is for something later that I want to do. It tangles any moving thing with its vines. Their subtle shaking is ticklish if you get ensnared. Lovely. Probably should have given you a nickname. I think you've earned it, but maybe it's just a form of disrespect. I'd like to run around a little bit longer. There's something that I still haven't encountered once. Nope, was not you. Not you. Nope. We took so long that Hopkins grew to level 37. I ain't complaining, it's what I like to see. Oh, I've been waiting for this. I'm gonna burn your mama to death. It is a female after all. That's the headcanon I'm going with. Ugh, taste my heat vision. Critical hit too, wow. Hopkins was just as frustrated as I was. I guess it just really wanted to get at the Tangela, but I wasn't letting it attack. Hallelujah! Never thought I'd be saying that when a guy wants to lick me that badly. I wanted to catch a Lickitung for something later on, and this is a 15% chance, and it took so long that Hopkins has almost gotten another level. 1, 2, 3. Same catch rate as Tangela, by the way. Its long tongue, slathered with a gooey saliva, sticks to anything, so it is very useful. When you buy glue in the world of Pokemon, it's made from spits. Enough fumbling around in this big open field with a lake that happens to connect 2 towns. Let's just get going already. There's nothing in the top left corner of this big open grassy field that happens to connect 2 towns. Did you hear about the legendary bird Pokemon? There's nothing in the top left corner, so we're just gonna go here. Birdkeeper Vance is a personal favorite trainer of mine. He's got a hoot. I know what I said. Yeah, look at that. I updated the ball capsules. We haven't seen that because you've been in the lead a whole bunch. Blizzard! He's just going to be like this, unable to move his mouth, but talking to us anyway. Go thaw out, why don't you? Level 38 for Hopkins. Catching up nicely. We almost got a solid level 40 team all the way across the board. And then we got a Pidgeotto. This guy's not too terribly threatening, I wouldn't say, but what he lacks in threateningness, he makes up for in... Woo, you're hot stuff. In bed? You sure are strong, but I don't want to just slink away. I know, can I get your phone number? Let's meet up for more battles. His phone number. Don't forget to come see me when I challenge you. What day is it currently? Thursday? No. I believe it's Wednesday. For it is Wednesday night that we want things to be. Welcome everybody to the Ice Path. Also known as a very broken move on a Ninetales card. It is gorgeous in here. We don't care about any of that crap. We just want to go into the door, scroll all the way down to Vance here, call him. Hello, this is Vance. Good evening, sure. Right now I'm on Route 44. You know where I first met you? Want to battle? I'll wait here. That's all there is to it. You're going right at the top of my list. How has it been? Did you see the legendary Pokemon? Bro, it's been -1 day since I last saw you. So we still got his Hoot. It's going to be a little bit more competently leveled, but that isn't why I particularly like him. Send Headbutt. Oh, that's bad. I don't even have Poison Point. Oh, I didn't do much. No. Defeat him and he'll call you hot again, which I appreciate. But the bigger boon is that he gives you a Carbos every time you beat him, raising your speed effort values. Given that speed is, quite frankly, the best stat ever in the history of forever, you're gonna want a lot of these for your team. I guarantee you have Pokemon that benefit from it. I guarantee you have Pokemon that... I guarantee you that... Hopkins? Ah, Hopkins, how lovely. I knew I could count on you to need drugs. Oh no, what a shame! I only had to battle him twice before I didn't need any more Carbos. I hope I'll get over this. The main reason that I like him is not only because Carbos is so good, but eventually his team will become 2 Pidgeots and a Noctowl. The Noctowl gives you some unwanted special defense effort values, but the Pidgeots give you a lot of speed. In the Ice Path, I brought our Lapras with us. Lapras seems very happy for some reason. I can't imagine why. Lapras cheering happily because of the cold. Ah, I thought it was just because you smelled pickles on the air. That's why you were so happy, huh? Seems surprised to touch the ice. It's supposed to say that a cold wind blew and now it looks happy, question mark? It doesn't seem to want to do that, so I think I'll, aw, you want to keep me warm like that one episode of Pokemon. God, that is such a good episode. It's called Snow Way Out. I love that one. We've had false starts, engine trouble, and all kinds of sputtering, but it is now time for us to get going in the Ice Path. There's, yeah, sliding puzzles. You know how good I am at those. Well, don't look too forward to me failing these ones because I sort of grew up with these ones. The one in Price's Gym was new to the remake. He had a completely different layout in the original. But because I grew up on this crap, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know, what a disappointment. You liked me better when I was a loser. We'll go around this way, go over and grab HM07 Waterfall! That is an HM move that you might actually want on your team. It is a physical water move, 80 power, 100% accurate, and it has a chance of making the opponent flinch at that. This move could go great on a Gyarados, and, well, I mean, it would go great on Gyarados, but that's, you know, even if it only goes great on Gyarados, that's hardly a bad thing. It goes very well on it, and I praised it a lot for a reason. The item you picked up there, it was an HM, wasn't it? You didn't want it, did you? I'm the one who dropped it, but I want you to keep it. You took the time to get it, right? It contains Waterfall. Have fun climbing waterfalls. Me? I still need a new pair of shoes before I can enjoy Waterfall. Why do you need shoes to climb a waterfall? Wouldn't you want to not be wearing shoes to climb a waterfall? Ice Heal. Maybe somebody was trying to survive the cold out here and froze to death or something. Well, no, they would have used it on themselves. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe he fell asleep and then couldn't use it on himself, and had he just used it before he fell asleep, he would have been fine. That's what I'm going with. We want Pollixen with us. I suppose we could have continued to bring Lapras with us, as it learns Strength, it learns Surf, it learns Waterfall, and it learns lots, I think it learns maybe like one other HM move that we don't have too? Not totally sure on that one off the top of my head, but I know it's a good HM user. That canceled my phone call. Nice. Gonna push this across. And then I'm going to remove my shoes while going around this cold area so that we can push that into place. The boulder fell down. How sad. I'm gonna leave the shoes off. I like holding B to run. I'm not sure why, but holding the B button to run just feels powerful. I'm guessing it's because I grew up playing the TCG for Game Boy, which is an excellent game, by the way, some of the best graphics and audio on the system. I recommend it quite highly, and that game had B to run long before the main series ever implemented it, and I remember just having so much fun going around going like, woo, look at me, I'm running so fast, Those were the good old days. We push you up one more time, we push you over, and down you go. There's 3 new encounters that we can find here in the Ice Path. How about we go over those? Jinx. As stated before with Smoochum in the Pokewalker video, it learns no psychic moves until the end of the road. Pick this up if you need a last-minute Dragon Slayer because it's good at using ice moves, and that's about it. Swinub. It's faster than it looks and more than powerful enough to dethrone dragons. Luckily, it has just enough speed to outmatch the specific dragons that we're worried about on this particular adventure. Make sure to teach it Ice Shard as a Swinub, then Heart Scale Ice Fang as a later form so that you have a priority move and a harder hitting move on the same Pokemon. Follow those 2 complications and it'll do its job mighty fine. And yep, it gets Earthquake via leveling up. Married to its 2 types, but that's hardly a bad thing in this case. Delibird in SoulSilver only. Ugh, I say. Those stats tell it all. Delibird is an empty Pokeball. You know, it kind of looks like one too. It doesn't even have bad stats. It barely has stats. Ice Flying is pitiful defensively, and it outright has to use TMs to learn anything. Its only leveling up move is its signature move, Present. A physical, normal type move that has a 40% chance of hitting for 40 base power, whoopee. A 30% chance of 80 base power, still not that great. A 10% chance of 120 base power, all right. And a 20% chance to heal the enemy for a quarter of their HP. It doesn't get same type attack bonus with its only attacking move. And when calculating averages, it's a worse version of Return unless it hits that 10% chance multiple times in a row. Odds are odds, it's not gonna outperform Return on anything else. Delibird's not even good at using Ice Beam or Aerial Ace, or any TM for that matter, because absolutely anything else besides Ledian would use them better. I'm sorry, Delibird, you just suck. And that's it. That's seriously it. You might think that I'm forgetting about somebody. You know, what about Sneasel? Well, They took him out. I'm not joking. I don't have rock smash. I'm gonna have to come back here. They freaking took Sneasel out. You could catch it here in Crystal version. And even, oh, the Never Melt Ice. I remember I told the story about how I thought this was the Never Tell Mice as a kid. I thought that sounded like a children's book. Okay, I don't need Rock Smash. Good. I was right. You don't need it for progression ever. Yeah. Even though it was here just fine in Crystal version, and a lot of the other Crystal improvements are in this game, they seemingly forgot to put Sneasel here. You can't get it until the post-game. It's one of the few Johto Pokemon that is completely locked away. Not in the Safari Zone in the main story, not in the Pokewalker during the main story, nothing. You just cannot have a Sneasel. It's so freaking stupid that this oversight even happened, but it did. Speaking of Crystal, I welcome that they had the improvement to the Wow Avalanche. That is a physical ice move that does more damage based on if you move last and if you took damage that turn. I was going to say, in the original Gold and Silver, this place was just a generic dark purple cave. The whole like sheen on the ice and everything like that was very much a Crystal change. The blue color palette, I welcome this. I welcome it a lot. Well, we'll do strength on this boulder right over here. I just can't believe poor Sneasel though. Like, so he was a useless Pokemon back in the original Gold and Silver. Completely worthless. He was such a victim of the fact that he had stats for a physical attacker, but his types were both special for some reason. He was one of those. He was built for a physical attacker, but both Ice and Dark were special for some reason. It was one of the Pokemon that got a buff the most from the physical special split, and he just can't catch a break, not even being in the freaking game that introduced it into this adventure. He would have been such a fabulous Pokemon to bring with you with the updated mechanics. I sure as heck know as a kid, I wish Sneasel was good because he looked cool, but he didn't do anything. He was useless. We got a protein. We're just getting all these vitamins. There was even a Carbos back there a little while ago, and oh, you. We're at the end already, huh? Hi. Me, oh my, is that you, Sherb? Fancy meeting you here. To tell the truth, my sandals are frozen on the ice and I'm stuck here. In other words, my flip-flops are quick frozen to the ground. Well, it's no laughing matter. Will you come around to push my back? You can't just take the shoe off. No, can't do that. It's not like we're right next to a city that would naturally have stores for clothing. I want to go... Wait a minute, do I actually know what I'm doing here? We want to go this way, that way, and then push? No, we want to go that way and push it! Did I talk to you frame perfect or something? Yes. Shove! I learned that move from my rival. You really are kind. Thank you so much. Next time you need a good shoving, you know who to call. Well, I'm not as experienced as Marcus. I want to go... What do I want to do here? I want to go down, and then over, and then here, and then down! Getting a PP up for my troubles. Back in Generation 1, Jinx seemed to have a male counterpart that would have been based on a Yeti. Think about just how badly Jinx was received, now imagine how bad it would have been if there were two of them running around. And speaking of having two Jinxes running around, Smoochum's beta design was a lot more akin to how Jinx originally looked. Good change. Good change. I liked Smoochum's final design a lot better. Delibird was more overtly Santa Claus, and then it looked like a praying mantis for some reason. I guess it was symbolizing the Christianity in Christmas. I don't know about that one. We can also see that Mamoswine was planned this far back. Yeah, this is seriously meant to be a different Pokemon than Piloswine. It's not a beta Piloswine. This was an evolution of Piloswine. It was also in the beta. Good thing that they didn't go with it. This didn't need to exist. Mamoswine is best Mamoswine. But with that, we have made it to the last city on our map of Johto, Blackthorn City. No, not the ice map, Blackthorn City. A mysterious mountain village cut into a rock face. It's late at night, we gotta rest. Wow, you came through the ice path? You must be a real hotshot trainer. Yeah, I'm so hotshot that I kept myself warm through there. We're gonna stop there. Next time on Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we're going to explore Blackthorn City and all it has to offer. See you guys then.